fast. You know how it go. What's
Yep.
going on, everybody? Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, middle class millionaire, and we're back again for another office hour. And today we're talking about hashtag middle class milli, hashtag black wealth, hashtag black community, and we're talking about conscious versus conscious. And we have our brother Dawkins G on the line.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the office hour. We tracking our progress, and we got a topic on the table today that I'm real interested in. Can't wait to get into it.
And like most people, oh yeah, we want to invite our Periscope people in here today. Everybody say what's up to Periscope, as they're going to be chiming in. So I wonder how I need to set this up so I can see both. I mean, you see me leaning all to the side. I'm not to say I need a back of me, because I'm be leaning like this trying to see. You know, I got a new toy. Got a new toy. Trying to test it out. If I just move this up like this, and still be able to get to my. There we go. So, like we said, man, we're gonna have a topic. Of course, we're gonna do proof progress results, and let me start sharing the screen real fast, because unlike most people, we know how to multitask. Something that we mastered a long time ago.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna go to multitask mode. Where is it? I'm gonna pull up this, and there we go. So while I'm on here sharing the screen, I need to enlighten some people on something. Let me lock this screen in real fast. Present to everyone. All right, so now the screen locked in, no matter who's talking, while we're going through these multiple streams of income. Hopefully we can start getting Brother Dawkins G to give us insight to his back office and other things on other videos. And you see it, I got, this is the catch.me, that's KATCH. This is where you can find videos that's going to help enlighten you, brothers and sisters. We see black community videos. We got the MCM, middle class millionaire videos. And we even have my standard business. You know, you got to have multiple businesses. We're talking about multiple streams. That's my daycare, Ventures with the Daycare video. You know, we have all those things as we empowering our youth to go on it up toward the light, right? That's what we talk about. So where I need to go? I need to go. Do I need to plug any more pages? You need to plug, Dawkins G, you need to plug for your Facebook group?
Absolutely. I can always do that. Well, you can find me on Facebook, facebook.com/DawkinsG. That's the main hub to connect with, presenting all of my different opportunities. Residual Networks is the name of the company. It is a portfolio of offerings. You got things for beginners. That was my mission and focus, to get people started, either free or low cost opportunities that you can grow. There's certain skills that you need to learn before you jump into the larger startup cost opportunities. And Residual Networks covers the whole spectrum. So you have your beginner level programs, your mid-range, the higher, startup costs, and then of course your traditional network marketing opportunities. But by the time you graduate to those and invest that kind of money, there's a team you should have in place already, people who know you and trust you and like you and have already made money with you in other opportunities, and then you can leverage that power. So learn, lead, and leverage is the tagline. You learn first, then you can lead the people that you have influence on, and then of course leverage the entire team and your efforts in order to increase your income. So Dawkins G, that's where you find me. It's Dawkins G everywhere. YouTube, Twitter, you name it, Dawkins G, I'm there.
There you go. That's how you find that, man. You better find them and connect your conscience to them. You understand? We're going, like I said, we're going to get into that stuff. First, I probably need to pull it up online, get the Webster dictionary out or something like that, and get those real life definitions that people say they know and trust, so they won't think I homebrewed the definition. Uh, but we're tracking the progress. So I do have a dictionary somewhere in my basement. I mean, you gotta have a lot of books wherever you go. But like I said, we multitasking. We can either hop right into the topic, or we can skim around the topic a little bit while we wait for more people to hop on that, hop on there on their Periscope and get the share. You got to share on your Periscope. Let's check out this traffic monsoon. We're going to get a traffic monsoon. Uh, like I said, it doesn't matter what revenue share business you're using, because we just talked about that a couple videos ago. Where's my notes? I know I have my notes close by. I talked about the types of businesses you need to succeed to make an online income. And there it goes. I talked about network marketing. I talked about the matrix. People who have the force matrix program. You need something with a force matrix because it gives you a good goal in mind. We're going to review that. You need a revenue share traffic exchange company. You're going to need a whole bunch of affiliate products. Affiliate products always work well once you learn how to develop a system to promote those affiliate products, and they complement whatever your main business is. Of course, you need a marketing system and an educational system. You need both of those. And there's a lot of programs to combine those two. So uh, we know of programs that have all those things attached in one place, and it'll be good not only for you, but it make your soul feel better. If you didn't know, your soul will feel a lot better if you find something with a one-stop shop. I mean, sometimes things not so convenient. So if you can see what I'm doing, I'm taking a picture of today's progress and I'm saving it. For those who go to my Catch Me page, to that catch.me/HOALLC, you'll see behind the scenes footage, right? You can see behind the scenes footage because you get the vantage point, you get to see it the way I see it on my screen. Where's that folder? I need to save it, proof pics. So I know Dawkins G is a man he's a man of higher knowledge, right? So what I want him to do right now, I'm gonna put him on the spot. I want to hear his definitions of the two words that's in question tonight, so we can help out these viewers who's watching while I do this little stuff in the background of tracking progress, because we did a lot of videos of tracking proof, progress, and results. Now it's time to broaden your mind, broaden your horizons. So Dawkins G, take us to the next level.
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to Mr. Sharif. I saw that he joined us, and welcome to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Good evening.
Absolutely, absolutely. And as Mr. Aaron continues to track the progress and results, we're talking about conscience versus conscious, i.e., versus the I-O. Now, conscience, and I'm just freestyling here, but the definition of a conscience is that inner voice that lets you know right and wrong. So I know in some old television shows they used to have a character who was about to make a decision, and he would get an angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other shoulder, and depending upon the situation, whether you should do it or no, don't do that, and usually the angel is the voice of reason and caution, and the devil would be the voice of daring and just go do it. So and most of us, maybe if we don't verbalize it, you do have a conscience when you're about to do something wrong or take advantage of somebody. You can feel that, and you have that little voice in your head to let you know the difference between right and wrong. And sometimes the devil wins, and you don't care. Uh, but also, the other term that we're comparing today is conscious. And consciousness speaks more to your awareness of a thing. There is conscious communities that have been forming all over social media and the internet, trying to bring people's awareness to different issues that may not be readily known in the public, particularly one that is very prevalent right now all over my Facebook wall and different social media platforms is Flint, Michigan, with their water crisis. It's been going on for about 2 years, and a lot of people didn't know that. And once you're conscious of a problem, aware of an issue, now it becomes what actions do you take to address it? So in all of that, your decision making is usually governed by your conscience, and you need to be aware of an issue or situation. In order to make a decision on it, you need to be conscious of it. Now, those are some loose definitions. Of course, we're going to get into some more detail. But one of the things that, particularly with all of us being entrepreneurs and starting our own businesses, there is an issue that you need to be conscious of. And it is often referred to as the 40-40-40 plan, where you're going to work 40 hours a week for 40 years of your life and then retire only to receive 40% of your pay. That's usually the plan that most people are conscious of. Your parents even tell you, go to school to get good grades so you can get a good job. Well, I've learned, as well as others, that a job is not the vehicle to get you to the financial independence that you may be looking for. Not always. There are some people who, of course, through education have achieved great levels, through ambition have achieved great levels in their employment, in their particular field of study. But I also know people who are making six figures or multiple six figures who don't have $1,000 in the bank. That's something that you need to be conscious of. Financial literacy is definitely one of the bullet points in all of my businesses. It's definitely a focus that we promote because just because you have money doesn't mean you're doing the right things with your money. Spending habits and things like that, what to invest in, what a risky investment is versus a solid investment, short term versus long term. All of these are different issues surrounding money that you need to be conscious of. Conscience would be more involved with your ethics. Some of these opportunities, you'll hear horror stories about people who've gotten burned or hustled out of their money, or it was a waste of money, a waste of time, and you consider the conscience of the people who are running these different companies and how they can take these people's money and just run away with it. It is the world we live in, and education is very important. There are certain signs, there's certain criteria that every opportunity you evaluate, every opportunity you get involved with, you need to judge them or measure them up against these criteria and protect yourself. You want to protect your finances. We're in business to make money. But the beauty of particularly network marketing, online marketing, and affiliate marketing is that you get to choose the team you're going to work with. And in that choosing, the people that you choose to have join your team, they need to qualify. I know my growth has been slow in a lot of my opportunities because I don't just take on everybody. And a lot of these network marketing programs, they're going to tell you to make a list of your, 100 people. They give you a memory jogger. Who was your babysitter back when it's, 20 years ago when you were little and stuff like that. Look, everybody is not ready for a business opportunity. It could be the wrong time. I'm not saying that, everybody can't run these type of businesses, but the timing is very important. And you also don't want to get people involved who can't take advantage of the opportunity. I don't want you putting your rent money in Traffic Monsoon and then getting set out of your apartment, or they foreclosing on your house because you have money tied up in a business opportunity. There's been relationships that have dissolved. Marriages have been lost over, one spouse or the other trying to create another stream of income and losing their money. So you just want to be careful with all of the opportunities. You definitely want to evaluate. Any words on conscious versus conscience from Mr. Sharif? Or Mr. Aaron, either one. Y'all can chime in anytime.
Well, you know where I was gonna go. I was gonna go to the Webster, try to make sure my people on Periscope are doing just fine. No questions coming up on Periscope yet. But I was gonna go to the what is it? The Webster Dictionary. They have the IE as being IE definition is the part of the mind that makes you aware of your actions as being either morally right or wrong. Dawkins G definitely covered that with great accuracy. And they have the IE. So that be both of them. I did. Hold on, let me get that one. I need the IO. Let me go ahead and type that in. So we're talking about the difference between being the IE. So give you my notes versus the IO, right? So that's what you want to talk about, and they have it as the IO is awake to what is happening around you. One of them is the part of the mind, that gut feeling. The other one is being aware. Like you have to. It's just not. It's not playing around with it. You have to be aware with it. It's similar to Adam and Eve in the garden. They became aware. And they really became aware when they found out that they crossed God the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Messed it up for everybody out here. So, we were talking about, we're going to both of those. There's an awakening. We want to, as Dawkins G and I first got into internet marketing, one of the videos just kept talking about awakening the sleeping giant. If you're an IO person, you're coming to awareness. You're being something inside of you is waking up. If you understand that things is going around, and that's what financial literacy going to bring our community, right? And for the other one is you gotta do it in the right way. You can't be out of order. You gotta do things in order, or your mind is going to attack you because people know they're out here doing wrong. You collecting payments on if you know how these slumlords are, especially in Baltimore City. We got boarded up houses on almost every single city block. These people know they're living wrong, but they're refusing. They're ignoring what their moral feelings are. And we're talking about money, and we're talking about life around here. That's what we're really talking about. We're trying to get to the deeper meaning of life. I don't want to go too far.
If I could jump in, the conscience with the IE, and when you're talking about your morals, but a lot of times people can tell if you're genuine. If you say that you're going to help somebody, your actions speak much louder than your words when it comes to being conscious. So you can, if you have good morals, if you have the good a true heart, they'll see it come out, and it won't just show up in your words. It'll show up in your actions. And then with the IO, when you're talking about awareness, I think it's particularly as an entrepreneur, sometimes you have to have vision to be aware. So you got to be able to have an awareness that goes beyond exactly what you see, and you have to have the vision to see what could be and how it could be and the path that you can take to be. And that, I think that's an awareness also.
And that's what we talk about, man. We are trying to get there. We want to discover. We want to find out how. We want to look into these other people, especially these so-called gurus. I mean, that's what we're really looking at, because I believe there is no such thing as a guru. I mean, most of these people, they make it sound so good on the video, and it's not what it's supposed to be when you click that link. We need people to straight up. We need people to have good moral standings. And you're going to expose it today. Which are you? Are you a IO or IE? I mean, we could pretty much unmute and just make sure that we have a roundtable discussion about IO or IE. I mean, they both sound the same, but very different. So
Yeah. One of the key points, particularly if you're new to entrepreneurship and starting your own business, you want to examine yourself first, because there are certain things that will be required of you. Being an entrepreneur and creating, other streams of income, particularly online, is very difficult, and it's very easy to quit. So your integrity becomes very important, particularly in business. When you develop business relationships, you may have a talent for that and creating relationships easily. But if you're not straightforward and transparent with your business partners, and you can ruin that relationship, and they're very, very difficult to get back. I'm pretty sure you've known probably of businesses in retail space or even in food service. Um, you know, the sanitation department come by that restaurant and give it a bad grade and close that store down. What are the odds of you going to eat in there again? You're it's very important that you maintain the integrity of your business as well as an individual. Um, they will evaluate your own personal financial records based on what your business is doing. You have to maintain your own house, and a lot of us, having financial issues, we've started these businesses to address those kind of things. So paying your bills is very important. There are certain things that people may not even think are related to their business, but they're very crucial key points that others who are evaluating you as a business partner or as a leader and as an influence, um, they're going to look at. You have to be mindful of the people that you follow, the mentors that you choose, or the training that you take. Uh, your instructors cannot teach you anything they don't know. So if the person is having, they're successful in business, their business is marketed well and it's making a lot of money, but they're still financially poor, or they're still, financially, they've got a Bentley that they're paying, $4,000 a month for, and they're spending their money extravagantly. Yes, the business is successful, but how they handle their finances is terrible. And that's a very important factor for me. Um, I want people who have the answers to my questions, not the people who share my problems. See, people are friends, and because there's a level of comfort there, you share the same problems. But a mentor is not your friend. A mentor is the person who's going to push you and challenge you to be more than where you are today.
the mentor should hold you accountable. That's the key. That's the key to a mentor. They're gonna hold you accountable because they want you to be better than where you are already. So let me ask you guys this question real fast. What do you believe is more important to work on first? Your IO or your IE? Go ahead, Mr. Sharif.
Definitely for me, it's the IE. I have to be right before I can be aware enough to help anyone else, or to even know what's going on. So both are very important, but I have to make sure that I'm right, that I have the right motives, that I have the right heart, that I have the right, that I'm going about things the right way to take care of myself, my family, um, before I can go to the next one. And I think that's very important. That is, It's steps, and a lot of times, when you join companies, the first thing they tell you to work on is yourself, and people don't really want to do that. And also people having success in one arena doesn't mean you're going to have success in a different arena. So you got to really work on yourself and learn your craft and learn and be willing to, again, humble yourself and learn from others. That's come in with the right mindset. I have goals, but for me to have reach my goals, I'm going to need success, because the more success I have, like Dawkins G was saying, then I can become a mentor. You can't mentor anyone till you do it yourself. So that's exactly where I am. So for me, it's the IE first.
I agree with everything that Mr. Sharif has said. I think they're both, here's the reality. They're both equally important, because there's a balance that you have to have, because you really need to be working on both. Ultimately, the reason we are at the income levels that we are is because of something we don't know. And there's an awareness that you have to have about, say, revenue sharing. Like, this is the new one of the newer things that's come out now. Revenue sharing is actually making people a lot of money, particularly sites like Traffic Monsoon, sites like Triple Threat or Ads Pay Pro. But if you are totally oblivious to what these things are, purchasing advertising, the usefulness of purchasing advertising, and how that can also have some return on investment on top of participating in revenue sharing. If you're unaware of any of these topics, you need someone who is either involved, who is successful in it already, to help you, understand this information, the lay of the land, so you don't get caught up in some of these other ones that don't have great rates of return, or more work is required. You all of a sudden you're involved in something where it's the amount of money that it takes in order to generate this income is unexpected. You haven't done the numbers and things like that. There's a whole lot of different pitfalls that you can get into, but a mentor is the person who can see a little farther down the road for you and help you avoid a lot of the problems that you would run into. Conscience, of course, you want to work on yourself. Self-development is very important as it relates to the business relationships that you're going to develop. We just talked about integrity and things like that. Absolutely important. But I would say IO, because I guess I have a trusting heart. I don't believe people are, if I don't know you, I'm not going to believe you are a hustler or have bad intentions from the very beginning. You're going to expose yourself. Patience, I know, is the one weapon that God has given us. And don't make rash decisions. If you just wait, the opportunity either will still be there. If it's not there, it won't be the same, as far as getting in on the ground floor and that kind of thing. People prey on your emotions to get you to make fast decisions. If you're patient, the devil will expose himself. You'll see where the hustle is, or you'll learn, that this opportunity over here is better. Just give it some time. Now, we're pressed because of our needs sometimes. It's necessary, and you have to discern that for yourself, but it's necessary for you to take some risk in order to get the rewards. So maybe being too cautious can be a problem for you. You need to find someone you can trust. Opportunity seeker. I know for myself, I evaluate opportunities constantly. I'm up 2-3 o'clock in the morning looking at different things, and every opportunity is not a thumbs up. Some things you have to tell your team to be able to stay away from. Other things, they look good at the very beginning, but then you have to evaluate the people who are operating that business, and you find out that they're not going to be in business very long. Maybe there's some programs that are giving out too much money, and the business model won't be able to sustain itself. And these are the kind of things that people have gotten involved in the past, and they're going to tell you, oh, that networking stuff doesn't work. Well, I apologize in advance, but that's a lie. The business models work, but you have to evaluate all of the different aspects of the business. There's a certain synergy that you look for. And also, every opportunity you won't be able to take advantage of depending upon your level of income and what you can invest in a particular opportunity. You can't open a restaurant just because you like food. There's going to be other things that are required in order for that to be a successful restaurant. So I think the IO, to me, I will put that first. And as you learn your craft and learn the different skills that you would need, your integrity is what it is. People are going to find you out. I recommend you improve upon that as you develop your relationships, of course. But you can be a very nice person and be absolutely wrong about the business. But if you're an educated person, you can be a jerk and we can make money together. It's just our relationship is going to be a business relationship, and we're not going to be hanging out in Vegas together when I take Mr. Sharif and Mr. Aaron out there.
I will say this: one of my favorite books is "Who Moved the Cheese," and that book is about change, but it's also about awareness. Because in the book, the humans aren't really aware of their surroundings and the changes that are happening to it, and because of that, it stagnates them. And Mr. Dawkins talked about sometimes taking a risk, and in order to learn, sometimes you have to take a risk, and sometimes when you take that risk, you get beat up a little bit. But if you don't take risks, a calculated risk and an aware risk, IO risk, you want to take the right type of risk. But you have to learn, and the way you learn is sometimes by taking that risk, and that comes with conscious and being aware. And then again, I always like to say to have vision instead of just sight, because a lot of people have sight, but they don't have vision. They only can see exactly what's in front of them, but they can't envision or see beyond what's in front of them. And that's where I think the best awareness comes in.
And Mr. Aaron, did you?
Good to get unmuted there, because you guys went in on that. You guys pretty much went in on that, and we're talking about the order of things. I mean, I heard you guys talking about the order of things, and I heard you guys talking about where the mindset of these people, and also where's your own mindset of working on yourself. So, thinking about the order, thinking about being whether you're aware of what's happening or whether it's in your heart or not. A lot of people get caught up into this. A lot of people believe they're going to save the world all in one swoop. Just like they believe we're going to go with the business model of Jesus Christ. Let's go with the business model of Jesus Christ. Let's bring Jesus into the subject real fast and see what he did. Jesus built the business based off of what? Did he build the business based off of IE, or did he build his business off of IO? And before you guys get into your answers, before you guys get into your reflection, I'm going to share something with you guys that someone said. A lot of people want to be able to save the world. Jesus saved the world. Let's get that straight. But on top of that, he did it in an order, and I want you guys to connect the dot from self to the world, as well as the business model that Jesus used, as he said he's going to save the world. So start with self, all the way up to world. How would you attack it? And then I'll come in with my final thoughts, and we'll wrap it up after that.
Well, this is G, and I think if we talking about Jesus Of course, I got to jump in here before Mr. Sharif go in. But I will say one of the stories that immediately comes to mind is the Good Samaritan. And, I don't, to me, religion is a subject that's very, very touchy, very sensitive for a lot of people. But as far as a business model goes, today, Jesus is more of a product. There's a lot of people who are in ministry who are making money off of the promises of Jesus or God or salvation and a savior and things like that. There's a product, but they make a lot of money not from the services and not from the sermons, but from the books and everything that they sell, the merchandising that goes along with their ministry. And you definitely want to be careful of that. Of course, your personal beliefs, even if you don't believe in Jesus Christ, that doesn't make you a bad person, and it doesn't mean that you won't be a good business person. But you do need to have some moral standing in your relationships. Like I talked about integrity. You don't necessarily have to be a Christian to have integrity. I know some Islamic brothers who have a lot of integrity. I know there are some Jewish brothers who have a lot of integrity. And the opposite is also true. You can find some Christians and some Muslims and some Jews that will hustle you out of your money. So it's more of a discernment on your part. But as far as Christ goes, the Bible will tell you that he was all knowing, being God and man at the same time. And if you are a Christian and understand that, then you would know it was an IO, but he was also the perfect good, an IE at the same time. So when he chose his disciples to follow him, I don't think they followed him because they felt like he knew everything. They responded to the IE, the goodness in that man. And then he taught them the IO as they followed him for those 3.5 years. But as it relates to business, I don't think you're, as individuals, I'm not holy. I don't walk on water. I actually have to put my pants on one leg at a time, just like you do. We're regular people, okay? We've just happened to been exposed to internet marketing, network marketing, revenue sharing, all of these different type of businesses before you. So we have a little more information than you do. To someone who doesn't know anything about this business or these type of businesses, we would be experts. But then we also have mentors who know more than we do. And then I'm pretty sure those mentors have mentors. We're all learning as we go along. So you seek out the people who need the information you have, the expertise that you have. Even if it's not in internet marketing or any of these businesses and entrepreneurship, you have expertise in something. There's something that you know more about than the people around you. It's your turn. It's your turn to take the stage, grab the mic, and educate the people around you. You'll find the people who follow you because they resonate with you and they believe in what you believe in. Every business has features. Every compensation plan has money in it. What makes the difference is the people that you choose to listen to. Your success and your failure is going to be directly related to the people that you've trusted the information that they've given you. And Mr. Sharif, did you want to say something about that?
So I'm going to keep this simple and straightforward for me. Jesus was a role model. So the way I look at him is a person that gave an example of how we should be, and simply trying to follow that example. So the model for me, he would be the mentor in the business, and therefore he had the IE, and he's given the IO. He's given the awareness through his mentorship, through his role model of how to share information, how to do it with good character. I'm, I am a Muslim, and I do believe that Jesus was a prophet, but I take him as a role model for us, and that's all I want to say about that.
But as we said, we appreciate everybody's input. And it's the thing. I mean, we talk about the IE versus the IO. And what we were trying to get at, as we know, there's many different beliefs out there about Jesus Christ. And what we're talking about is as a business, because Dawkins G alluded to it, it's people who make millions off of his name, off of his sales funnel, and they elevate themselves. And that's what I was really trying to get at with how people are doing that. They and that's what this internet marketing has been going around. And some people feel slighted. Some people feel like that their IE they've been violated with the IE. And as Brother Sharif said, I mean, he said that Jesus was one and gave him the other. And some people feel like that they have been dealt wrong in this type of business. But it's about this. Where did your progression start? And that's why I was looking at him as a business model, not to go off his coattails, or as you can see this stuff right here on my screen, I'm branding myself just like he branded himself, and many people duplicated that system. So this is what we're trying to get to people with their IEs and their IOs. You need to be self-aware, of course. And you need to be doing it in the right way. How do you get to that? How do you get to work those two at the same time? Is you start with yourself. Once starting with yourself, you're going to have to progress into working everybody out in your house. Once you make it to your house, maybe you can make it to your block, because you can't affect the world. You can't affect the world if you can't even affect your own block, your own community. Then if you really got those things down, then maybe you can affect the city. After you affect the city, you affect the state, from the state to the country, from the country to the continent, and from the continent to the world. I mean, we know that was their business model from jump. With when outside of all the religious stuff, that's what he came. That's what they were out to do, was to change people's mind one at a time. And on here, what we're trying to reach is that you can do them both at the same time, but it starts with yourself. It starts with making that decision to make yourself a better person, that you will affect the world.
And
Yeah.
even the Bible says for you to study to show yourself approved. Nobody can do it for you. Um, the skills that you need in order to increase your business, only you know what you are strong in, or what you need help or need improvement with. Um, some people are not, they're afraid of video. And I applaud Mr. Aaron for doing these nightly hangouts, and recording himself, and letting us watch over his shoulder. Some people are afraid to make videos. And that's something that you're going to have to address, because video is the number one way to promote business now. With technology like YouTube, we're leveraging social media. This is how you can brand yourself and get your name out there. No matter what opportunity you're with, you are the leader. The people will be following you, not the business. And if you can educate your team on what to look for, and how to benefit or how to profit, they're going to be looking for an example. You lead by example. So you're going to have to do it yourself first. You have to take the risk before you can ask someone to invest $2,500. Where's your $2,500? Before you can tell somebody, oh yeah, video is the way. Well, where are your videos? How can you train me on something you've never done?
That's absolutely correct right there. I mean, like I said, I was still a little bit nostalgic today as I celebrated. I was doing some Black History stuff, and I went to with my uncle. He built.
Mr. Aaron, your microphone sounds terrible.
My mic don't sound nice. Check one.
Check 2, 3.
Right, I don't know how to overcome that right there. Let's see. See if I can change it to that microphone. See if that's any better. That's any better?
Absolutely.
All right. So Samuel H. Wilson Jr. He's my great uncle, and he is the founder of the Arena Playhouse. It's right here in Baltimore City. It is the longest. It has the most continuous service for that many. For I don't know. It's been going on a long time, but it's the longest running black theater in the United States and probably the world. And this is something he used to say to me as a child, that uh, he was saying that he don't believe anyone's supposed to leave this earth having held on to his or her talent. And he was saying that you got to share your talent, you got to share your skills, and you got to hand it over to somebody else. And that is what this is all about. We're trying to hand over talent and skills to other people to help them maybe make a spark. It doesn't matter if it's internet marketing. It doesn't matter if it's a brick or mortar business. But we're trying to bring people up to another level. Any way, anyhow, no matter your color, no matter anything, no matter your creeds, no matter your religion, it does not matter. We're here for the purpose of helping each other out. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger. See if I can make this thing a little bit bigger. We're trying to pass off our talents, because they'll tell you the place that has what's the quote Dawkins G about the graveyard. I don't want to chop it up. Well, Mr. Sharif,
Which one? I got several.
the richest place on the planet.
Is the graveyard, because all of the hopes, dreams, inventions that we'll never see. People had them, and they took it to the graveyard with them.
And that's a terrible thing, man. So why would you waste your talent? Why are you not sharing yourself? Why are you not sharing your visions with everybody? All right, so we're going to let everybody say their goodbyes, and then we're going to end this call, as we just probably close to an hour right now.
Well, this is G from Residual Networks, and always remember to learn, lead, and then you can leverage.
And this is Hamid Sharif from Dream to Reality Academy, where we educate, execute, and earn. Good night, everyone.
And this is Mr. Aaron from the House of Aaron, the Middle Class Millionaire, saying to be confident, be smart, be fruitful, and multiply. When you start, don't stop, and be consistent and achieve your goals. So we thank you all for joining us. Good night, good morning, and we'll see you on the next call.